Can you imagine for a moment trying to climb a smooth mountain, one as flat and as smooth as a sheet of glass, a mountain with no ridges or stones to grip? What would you grasp? How could you gain footing to push upward toward the top? Without stones and crevices in a mountain, it would be hard for us to ascend. Perhaps the same can be said for mountains of life that we face, the challenging goals we attempt to achieve, the job promotions we try to attain, the loving relationships we desire to build. These things we long for cause us to dig deeper to achieve greater heights. These dreams make us push ourselves harder and grow ourselves more. Acting on our hopes causes us to grow and expand our self-image. The challenges in life which stimulate our most admirable qualities while generating our greatest fears can be considered the mountains in our life. As we are climbing our mountains, we can and will encounter obstacles and setbacks. These obstacles and setbacks can be fatal to our climb. They can roll us over and send us tumbling down to the place from whence we started, or worse, we may find ourselves at the bottom of the mountain once again. If these obstacles are taken in their proper perspective, they can become the very stones we need to regain our footing to push upward to the next level. As you are striving for new goals and greater heights, the stone that deters you may be the very one needed to strengthen you further for your climb. The inconveniences we face in our lives, perceived properly, can be wonderful adventures, whereas the adventures placed in our paths, perceived improperly, will be terrible inconveniences. The firing from a job provided the needed stimulation for many individuals to begin a very successful company, providing freedom and wealth for themselves and their employees. The eagle places thorns in the nest to cause discomfort for the young ones inside, forcing the young eagles to spread their wings and fly. Likewise, our Heavenly Father at times will put thorns in our nests, and so often these thorns cause us to fly to newer heights. When Muhammad Ali was 12 years old, he and a friend rode their bikes to the Louisiana Home Show. After Ali enjoyed the free food samples, he and his friend prepared to leave. However, Ali's bike had been stolen. This policeman taught boxing in the gym when he was off duty. Muhammad Ali never found his stolen bike. But what began as a negative event resulted in Ali joining the gym and later becoming the greatest boxer of all time. During the Olympics, there are numerous stories of athletes overcoming adversities. Athletes who began swimming as a diagnosis for their asthma. Athletes who began running to free their bodies momentarily from the oppression of their countries. By overcoming their obstacles, they developed the strength and athleticism to be victorious and to be called Olympians. When obstacles are presented in our lives, for most of us, our first reaction may be fear. In many cases, fear causes us to flee or become stagnated. In either of these cases, we become misdirected from our goals, or we may give up on our goals altogether. Another response to fear that we frequently recognize is to aggressively attack the problem or the person causing the emotion or fear. This behavior can lead to damaging personal relationships as well as other desirable outcomes. Realize that fear is simply F, false, E, evidence, A, appearing, R, real. When obstacles come into our lives to which we feel we neither have the resources or the talents to overcome, stress and fear are created. This is a very natural response, but it does not have to be a constant or habitual response.